Hello, everyone. It's been 25 years. It's been 25 years since the Fox TV movie, The Enemy Within, starring Paul McGann. And we're going to be celebrating this month and next couple of months as we bring in our favorite folks from the TV movie. Speaking of favorite folks, here's one of them.
This month and next couple
Hey, how you doing, Doctor Who fans and Whovians out there? I'm Yee Jee. I played Chang Lee in the Doctor Who movie, and we're here about to do an episode of the Traveling TARDIS with you guys. Thank you for joining us.
My name is Christian Basil. Years ago, I had an idea. I got myself a TARDIS, took it to new places, met a lot of new people, took some great pictures, and talked Doctor Who. From Krypton Radio and the creators of the Hanging With web show, this is the legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Join me on my latest adventures and become part of the legend. And before we even begin, stop right there. Want you to do something real fast for all of us. Subscribe and hit the notification bell on our YouTube channel, youtube.com, The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. You can do a keyword search for the Traveling TARDIS. I'm going to show this to you because we're hoping by the end of the show, we're going to hit it. Let's bring this up over here. There we go. Yee Jee, do you know how many people we need to get to 1,000?
How many?
8.
And Christian has been messaging us constantly throughout the entire day, like some weird countdown. Nobody else do, nobody else do.
Wait, no, I'm sorry, 7. It's gone down one since we've been speaking here.
Oh,
we only need 7 people to subscribe to make our 1,000. But if you all want to keep subscribing, go ahead. So here's your chance right now. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. We'll go ahead and post the link in the chat file. But that is where we are right now. And to showcase everything that's going on, again, you're watching, hopefully, for those of you on the YouTube channel, you're watching Chang Lee live, Mr. Yee Jee Tso. Bits of the TARDIS and our Who Knew News are now exclusively on our YouTube channel. So check them out, as well as all of our classic episodes. So please, when you get a chance, go over to our YouTube channel and hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell for all of our content coming up over here. Want to welcome everybody. What's that?
I just did it.
You just did it? Yes!
Yeah. One more.
6 left. Are you sure it isn't 7? Yeah, shush, Carl.
Now it's 6, apparently.
Ben, I love you too. I love Doctor Who. Ben Battelle, thank you so much for joining us today there, Ben. And yes, don't forget to subscribe. It's the countdown clock. Hopefully by the end of the show, we are at 1,000. I want to thank everybody for joining us. Well, introductions right here for Dave of the rathole.ca. How you doing there, Dave?
I'm doing fabulously. Got jabbed earlier today, so, thrilled there.
Let's see that shoulder again. Let's see that jab.
That's not the problem. There's I still have no idea where that came from. No roller derby, no Quidditch. I'm bruised.
Right. Who are you fighting with down there? Well, you know what? You're not the only one. And not only that, I can see it get up here. It's TARDIS Blue.
Are we doing this? Is this what we're doing? I can't actually unroll my sweater up that high, but if I could.
Well, the ladies want to see this, Yee Jee.
Right. This just happened yesterday, so.
I was going to say, everyone's gotten their first shots now?
First shot, yeah. Well, okay. I got my
first one. Oh, there it is right there.
There it is.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my God. Wait, you guys got that little sticker, little Band-Aid, and I got this blue thing going across my arm. And
healthcare, yo.
I get my second shot in next Monday, so no, I don't have a Band-Aid, y'all. But next Tuesday, I may not be here because I might just be laying down, suffering from a headache or whatnot. So
yeah, I've got that going on right now, a little bit of the shakes and everything, but it's all right.
wasn't bad. It's not bad.
What scared me was hearing all the people when they get their first shot, especially when they get their second shot and all the symptoms that they're having. I'm just like, ow. And when they first, I'm deathly afraid of needles. Deathly afraid of needles. I don't like needles. I don't like sewing needles. I'll never go to the Space Needle. I don't like needles. I just don't like them at all. And when I went over there, I was just sitting in the chair. I was kind of a little shaky. And the guy knew I was nervous, and he goes like, "Is your first time?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "I'll tell you what. I won't tell you when I put it in there. You're just gonna guess." And I go, "Well," I shut my eyes and I started talking. And he goes, "There, we're done." I'm like, nice. I hate you. Yeah. Nice. I like it when it's like that. I like it when it's just perfect down there. But now, at this very moment, as we speak live right now, it feels like somebody has punched me. Remember that game that you went into high school where you decked the other guy into the other arm? You took time. Hello, Michaela Jade. I'll show you mine if you show me yours. We're talking about injection sites, right? Graham Krause, how you doing there? 996. Yeah,
996.
Okay, we just need 4 more people. Just 4 little people right there. 4 little Whovians to bring us up to the big 1,000 there. Chris Kosher, what's
this up? This is the lockdown look. There's a name for this.
You got to tell us earlier because you told me what this was, but tell me a little bit about that.
It's called an ISO-fro. Someone actually someone mentioned this to me during the pandemic. I didn't know. I was just like, I'm not going to. I just an FYI. Even before the pandemic, I was diagnosed with some anxiety disorders and OCD. And part of that, after the pandemic happened, it was like I'm not going anywhere, right? Like I'm the eccentric recluse, like hanging out at home in my PJs all day. I literally haven't left the property. But that's okay. There are silver linings there. And one of them is ISOFRO. You don't get your hair cut, this is what happens.
You look like Einstein. You get
that's what I said to him earlier.
Yeah. Funny story about if you guys, now that we're on and we'll have to hear from Dave as well as far as that, but the jab story. Okay. So this just happened yesterday, right? I literally just went in there yesterday. So it's just along the lines of this anxiety thing. I'm going in, and just the fact that I'm like outdoors, like inside some building, right? Like where the pharmacy is, like I'm already amped up. Like I'm super freaking out, right? So I go up to the thing, and we had to book online, and they're asking us. First thing she does is she asks us for our ID, right? So I pull out my wallet and I look in there, no ID. I don't know what happened to it. And I was like, no, please. And I start shaking and freaking out. You got to let me do this. Okay. I'm starting to whip out all my credit cards or whatever. I'm just like pouring things out on the desk. Like, please just take whatever. Like, I'll do whatever you want. And I was trying to get into my phone and it wouldn't, the Face ID, and I was trying to freak out. So I lifted my mask down for a second to try to do the Face ID. And then I started freaking out about oh my God, I literally just got COVID. Like right then I just got COVID, like right at that moment. So finally they get me checked in, and I'm waiting in the lobby, and I'm pacing back and forth like a total crazy man. And this lady comes out and she just got her shot, right? So she sits down in the waiting room, like everybody's just sitting down and I'm the one pacing around, right? And she sits down and she looks at me, and she's just trying to spark up a friendly conversation, trying to celebrate the fact that she just got her shot. Yeah. And she's like, finally something that can help. It's been like every day I take the transit 6 times a day to get to and from work, and it's like this video game, right? Trying to avoid everybody. And before I could even stop myself, I just blurted out, yeah, but you don't get 3 lives. Like silence. The whole room goes silent. And right away I'm like, why did I say that? Like I couldn't just not say anything. This poor woman, she's trying to be nice, trying to spark up a conversation, and I just had to remind everybody of their own mortality. Like I don't even know these people. So
that's
anyway,
right.
That was.
I know more and more people who are just getting used to having the masks on and just mouthing things at people, or saying stuff under their breath to people, but forgetting that other people can still see your eyes. Yeah, still see that you're staring at them, giving them the look.
The crazy stare.
Crazy. What's wrong with you? They don't see your mouth, but they can still.
What was your experience? You had a jab experience today as well, right? No,
mine was easy. I have family in healthcare, so they kind of already knew who I was.
Oh, amazing!
I didn't have to jump through the what's your ID, Sarah? Am I me? Yes. That's more or less what happened. If they get like a new pharmacy student or something in there, it's like, Sarah, am I me? because they all know who I am. Even with a mask, they know who I am. So it's much easier for me, but I can't stand needles. Cannot stand them. So I'm babbling on like this, and I'm just looking. They're over here. I'm just doing this. I'm telling whatever I was having the conversation. Jab. I'm still having this conversation. And yeah. But I mean, it was fine. I'm not feeling anything. I mean, a little bit of that soreness that you get anytime you have an injection, but so far so good.
In our observation room, when we had ours, we were in like a room because it was from the Department of Health that I went to. Because it was just like so crazy fast. They had everyone in chairs 6 feet apart, and where there was like maybe 30 people in this room easily. And they could like every 15 minutes, they basically, or every like 12 minutes to make sure they had people a few times. They went, okay, and we're putting our arms out, and now we're swimming, and we're swimming. They had made everyone do all these little things, and they were raising the roof, and everyone was going, ooh, ooh. I mean. Just getting everybody kind of more excited, but at least getting their arms moving and saying, okay, now remember, this is what you need to be doing the rest of the day so you don't get that soreness, which I thought was just a really neat little, one, it was fun and engaging, and two, it got people to move their arms to help with that.
Yeah, I didn't even know that you were supposed to do that. I had no idea.
Wait a minute, where did everybody get theirs, if you don't mind me asking? Where did you get your shot?
Mine was with the Department of Health in the state of Florida, so mine was because everything's county by county. Yeah. So technically, it was an old Winn-Dixie supermarket turned to a paper mill college, turned to a paper mill college, turned into a, hey, this space is empty. Let's go ahead and just start vaccinating people at will here.
Yee Jee, where'd you get yours?
This pharmacy that had availability on the same day. Okay. We literally had an announcement that said, hey, 40 plus, you can do it. And I went online right away and I booked it. This like an hour and a half later, I had it done. So. And
Dave, where did you have yours done?
I also had mine at a pharmacy. We do have the larger clinics as well, but again, I didn't really need it. Like BC, they just dropped. AstraZeneca is the big one that they changed the age range on. They started here and are working their way backwards to the younger people because for obvious reasons. But so they just changed that. But I didn't even get that one. I already qualified for other stuff anyway.
See, I had mine in a FEMA tent. Oh. And there were soldiers, there were police. Oh! I was like, this would be like an episode of Doctor Who, like Unit. Every movie that you see, like Outbreak and all those movies where you see those tents and there's the soldiers walking around, the scientists walking around, that was literally where I went. Now, take it, they were all great. They were all friendly. It was a soldier who hit me with the vaccine, and he was so great. But I was just like, my God, this is like a movie. This is like a movie set. Yeah, I'm like they're moving you around and they're quick, they're fast. And like they didn't dawdle. They were like on me, and they were like, "Oh, you're done." And the guy who did it didn't even know, just like, "I'm done." I'm like, "Okay." You're the friendliest outbreak I've ever seen in my life. My wife and I got ours at a grocery store, Dan Holofield. Yeah, I mean, like I hear a lot of people are doing it with the grocery stores out there. We got Publix, we got Walgreens. CVS and Publix are doing it down here in Florida. Carl Woods, my mother was a nurse, and she would pinch the person's arm just below the injection site. Then after they react, she would do the injection. Tricky. That is mean. That is so mean. Terry MacGyver, oh man, my hair just grows outwards. This is just cool looking to you. I actually like it, DG. I do like it.
I'm just embracing it. I'm just gonna go with it. Why the heck?
Now you need to get the rest of Sylvester's outfit from the movie, because that's kind of his hair that he had going on during the movie too, right?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it could totally work. I have to hone my Scottish accent, or my whatever accent.
Roll your R's.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we are going to be talking about the 25th anniversary of the TV movie entitled The Enemy Within that starred Paul McGann. It is his first episode as the Regenerative Doctor, and technically it did have Sylvester McCoy for just 10 minutes or something like that. And there, just a wee bit there. When we return, we're going to do a commercial break. We're going to talk more, and don't forget your chats, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please continue to stay logged on, tune in, and become part of the legend.
Bateman.
What's the Bateman?
A novel set in Florida, written by Florida author D.L. Havlin. Suspense, mystery, and murder.
Evidence is in the bait.
The Bait Man is available at local bookstores and online.
Jackie Sonnenberg's My Soul to Keep is a ghost story rooted in the realities of actual cults. When 13-year-old Sky Monroe arrives at her new boarding school, all she can think about is death and connecting with the afterlife. Soon she discovers her school's spirituality group, the Guardians of Light, and they have a secret. They can speak with the dead, and the organization is a cult. But this isn't Sky's only problem. The campus house where Sky resides is haunted, and even the ghosts have an agenda. They intend on getting the souls they want. Filled with mystery and intrigue plucked straight from the headlines, author Jackie Sonnenberg's research and attention to detail give this ghost story an even more eerie atmosphere. Find My Soul to Keep on Amazon.com today.
Alien invaders enslave Earth.
Unleashing hunters into the ruin wastes.
One young survivor struggles to elude their monsters, clinging to hope.
When he's stolen off the planet by a sarcastic Starship AI, they pit their uneasy alliance against a treacherous galaxy.
Explore a whole new verse of barbarism and betrayal.
Wonder and adventure.
In the Scion series
by Michael J. Allen.
Beginning with Book 1, Scion Conquered Earth.
Available in print, ebook, and audio on Amazon.com.
If you're watching this on our YouTube channel, if you're watching this on Twitch, our Facebook page, if you're watching this from our friends on their Facebook page at Wizard World, our partnership with them, we really love these guys at Wizard World. Don't thank us. Thank our friends at GeekInsider.com. Don't forget to subscribe, GeekInsider.com.
At Geek Insider, we foster relationships with those in the geek sphere so we can give our audience the insider view of entertainment, tech, and more.
And you've seen all of our family of sponsors who help us out run the show. We can't do them without them. We can't do them without you watching our show. We can't do them without everybody who's taking care of us out here. Don't forget, if you want to make sure that your service or product is shown on here at the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS or on our Facebook page, now entering 52,000 Facebook subscribers. We're almost there. We're almost at 1,000 likes, subscribers on our YouTube channel. So we're making monumental moves here. Don't forget to write us over at email sage@hangingwithshow.com or myself, Christian, at Hanging With Show. That's Sage at Hanging With, spelled HANGIN, withshow.com. And the reason why I brought this up, because we want to invite our new sponsors, Bad Wolf Speakers.
The massive audio Doctor Who Bad Wolf Bluetooth TARDIS speaker. That's all I got to say. One word. Wow. It looks like it just jumped right off the screen. Here it is in all its Bad Wolf glory. Right here is the on-off switch and the up and down volume. Right here's the speaker. The TARDIS stands about 6 inches from the bottom of the TARDIS all the way up to the top where the light is. Look at the detail. Wow.
Wow, indeed. And that actually is very useful if you're doing something like folding laundry or cooking while you're listening to your favorite Big Finish audios. That's going to be cool, playing out of your own TARDIS. So don't forget to check out, and we want to welcome our friends there at Bad Wolf Speakers. Check it out. I'm going to be getting me one too. So let me go ahead and I'm going to throw the comment in here in your comments. There we go. So you can check out the link for yourself and their and all their products. My name's Christian Basil. Welcome back to Legend of Traveling TARDIS. For those of you just joining us on the YouTube channel, on our Facebook pages over at Wizard World, at the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, my own personal Facebook page, or Twitch TV, we are celebrating the 25th anniversary of the TV movie, The Enemy Within. And there's a gentleman right there with a nice haircut. Or lack thereof. Mr. Yee Jee Tso. Welcome, Yee Jee. Now, you have something that's going on right now, and I want to be fair. You know what? Do you want to run the video, or you want to explain a little bit about this first?
Let's, sure. Let's run the video. Okay. See, we can talk about it after, maybe.
Gotcha.
Do I just press play? No, I'll let you do it.
This has been the weird thing, because let's try this.
Another eastbound alleyway meets Rose Alley in a T intersection. On the night of Thursday, February 1st, 1996, the Doctor Who movie crew transformed this intersection into a dead end with the use of a false wall. A hidden door was built into the wall so that cast and crew could pass through. Otherwise, the wall really did make the alley impassable. This door was almost directly behind where the TARDIS landed.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about what we saw in that little clip down there. That was cool. And if you want, I'll bring it up, and I can pause some of the
another eastbound.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a really short sort of snippet from a few of the a couple pages that were in there.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, for the 20th anniversary, Milk Publishing in the UK helped me publish a book that was basically So in the 90s, when you were working on set, they didn't have the limitations on taking set photography that you have these days, right? Like these days, you can't even you sign an NDA to give away your firstborn. You can't do any of that stuff at all. And it's because social media and everything. They don't want the stuff spilling out. But back then, there wasn't any of that. So I had my Nikon FE, and I'm wandering around set and like kind of setting it up places and taking shots, and then that it all went away. I in the 20 years or whatever it was, that stuff just disappeared. Right. But a couple of years before, or maybe a year before the 20th anniversary, my wife was going through some boxes in our garage, and she unearthed this box full of the negatives from my photos and a pile of scripts and location schedule, like a bunch of production documents that were actually from the show. And they had just been tossed into a box at some point, I guess, and then just somehow made their way into my garage. I think it was when my mom moved across the country, we got some of the stuff that was in her garage. So my wife and I are looking at this going like, I think someone's probably going to want to see this stuff. Maybe I don't know. It seems like pretty cool.
Maybe.
Maybe. So I started on Twitter, and I was just like, somehow got a hold of Milk Publishing, or they got a hold of me, and we said, okay, let's do this thing. So they did all the art direction, and I gave them some photography. But there was this kind of theme of time and the spaces where these things happen. And I was like thinking a lot about that at that point, 20 years. And so I went around and it took some photographs of these locations as they are now. I walk by these places. Well, pre-pandemic, I would walk by these places. Not walking anywhere right now.
But
at some point, I would walk by these places and I would see the place that we shot this scene. And I would think like, wow, 20 years or whatever, 18 years ago, I was standing here and Sylvester was there, and like that kind of stuff just boggles my mind, right? So there's a lot. There's these, and I did architectural photography for a while. So I thought, okay, I'll take my camera, I'll go around, take photos of these places, kind of like a then and now sort of thing.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. And I referenced some those location schedules and scripts and everything like that. So fast forward, it's the 25th anniversary. Want to do something. Milk Publishing, unfortunately, he went off and is doing something else now. He just it was a different era in his life.
And let me just stop you right there, because let me show people what we were talking about. This is in our thumbnail, actually. Time and Spaces, a photojournal of Doctor Who filming with Yee Jee Tso. Yeah. So if you look in the upper right-hand corner, I apologize for those listening to the audio, but yeah, there it is. You can check it out on the YouTube channel. There was you had a book, and darn, they stopped publishing it.
It's sold. It's the first print run sold out, and Milk Publishing's not doing it anymore. And I kept kind of seeing people on Twitter, not a ton of people. I don't have any stars in my eyes about a billion people wanting to see this stuff, but a few people who wanted to didn't get a chance. And I'm not in the situation where I can go and like do the printing stuff right now and like do all that kind of stuff right now. It's just the chaos out there, right? So I thought, okay, this is something I can do from home. I've got a studio here to record stuff. I'm going to make a video version of it. I'll take all of the original photos and everything and the scripts and stuff like that. I'll scan them into like a video format, a little bit of Ken Burns stuff moving around, and I'll narrate the book and make that available to people who want it. And then for the people who actually sign on to that, it'll be like a 5-year thing. They'll have access to it. On the 30th anniversary, I'll make sure I put out a print edition, because people want to hold it in their hands. Some people like to collect these things and hold it in their hands. So I'll make that available, and they'll get a special, big discount on getting the physical book at that point, right? So that's what it is.
So very cool.
So now I got to ask, your most memorable moment. I don't know if we asked this in the last episode, and I might have skipped it. Your most memorable moment filming the TV role.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. What's the one thing that's like, oh, you're geeking out still to this day?
Yeah. Well, there was. It's hard to pick just one. There was one moment that I can't forget because, so this wasn't necessarily because of like who I was working with, or I did a lot of stuff with Eric in that show, Eric Roberts, as you guys know, and there's some very interesting moments there, and we're working with Paul and Daphne, the whole and Sylv. The whole thing was just surreal, right? But there's one thing in there that's kind of funny that. So that whole ending scene with the fireworks and everything, and the TARDIS is sitting up on the hill there, and that whole and there's some photos of this in the book too, and it'll be in the video. The location there was at this park that's not that far from here, called Andy Livingston Park, and it had a big water feature, almost like a pond or a lake kind of thing. Yeah, it had these concrete pads that would go across it, kind of like steps, kind of like you'd be stepping on like lily pads or something like that, right? And so we had the crews, everything's all arrayed across the pond and everything. And they're setting up for the shot, and I'm standing there, and they're doing this. They're lining up, right? So they're basically trying to figure out exactly how the shot's going to go. And we're just about to go, right? Like we're just about to do. It's that final scene. I think he tells Chang Lee. Paul tells Doctor tells Chang Lee to not be in San Francisco, for the next New Year's or whatever.
Take a vacation, don't be here. I love that.
Right. That's exactly the spot. So I'm standing there, we're getting ready to shoot, and all of a sudden I feel this like some kind of force. Like I feel like this thing, like this, like this vertigo almost, right? And then before I knew it, I'm head first in the water.
Oh, gee.
Completely soaked. Just totally fell into the water feature, and so half the crew are like laughing, and the other half are like crying because they're the ones who are going to have to like clean me up.
And wardrobe is freaking out right now.
Wardrobe is freaking out. Yeah, they don't have copies of. They didn't have copies of a lot of this stuff. I got a story later on about that destroy jacket. That silver and black jacket with the orange stripe that he wears or whatever. It was this Italian brand called Destroy, and it was kind of a popular thing back then. And I ended up taking the jacket with me afterwards after the show. They offered it to me, and I was just kind of like wearing it around, like I just kind of just whatever everyday thing. And then years and years later, Andrew Beach was collecting some artifacts from the show. And I realized that this thing was actually not to be thrown into a bottom of a closet. It was actually meant to be like with the other costumes, right? Like he had just gone on his campaign to collect all these costumes. So I was like, you know what? Next time I see you in England, and I'm gonna hand this thing over to you, right? Like, because this is what. But anyway, that's another story. Apparently, it'll be shown. It'll be held somewhere where it's in safe hands now. But that jacket was what I was wearing that time when I fell into the water, and they had to somehow dry it, and they didn't have another copy of it, so they had to like get it all dried up as quickly as I don't know. It was a disaster, but they made it happen.
So I love the story where you said that when you got the role, how you got the role. First of all, you were late, you were nonchalant about it, and they said that's what we want from Chang Lee, and it's like even at the ending, you're still the same way.
Yeah.
We're just destroying costumes, getting them all wet.
No, it's still causing chaos. Yeah, I actually have some photos. I found some photos of Phil and I at that convention, and I'll put it into the video, or maybe I can find it and stick it into the thing here before the end of the show. I got to look around on my computer, but yeah. So good times. 25 years, like wow.
Yeah.
You didn't take your good camera and like selfies, like click, flip it upside down, and
There's one. That photo on the cover. I had to set it down somewhere and take, And there's a couple shots that didn't actually make it into the book, but I'll try to put it in the video that were kind of like big wide shots. Right, I'd set the camera down on something in the cloister room, and then I was actually in the middle of shooting a scene with Eric, and they had the old school timer. It was the little tick, 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 it's a little tab, and you tick, tick, tick.
Oh no.
So I'd set the timer and like run over to the set and just like try to like not be like doing anything like, whatever, like looking like I was just running into the scene. I just doing the thing there. And and some of those photos actually worked. Like they look really cool. So There's
I got a question. Yeah, we got a question, and then we're going to hit a commercial break. But from Carl Witzman, E.G., in an interview, you said you were surprised at the number of fans you had at conventions soon after the show. Did you think you'd still be talking about it 25 years later?
No, there's not.
Really?
I had no idea. I didn't think at all that it was going to be like, like that. And I still to this day, I'm like, okay, that's the last thing. No one is going to care anymore. And whatever. I'm not like tied to, I don't have some thing where I have to hang on, but it's a pleasant surprise every time someone is like, hey, do you want to do a show? Hey, do you want to talk about your experience in that thing? Because I guess people still love it. So it's cool.
I don't think it was ever going to go away. It's still part of it. And even if the 2005 reboot didn't happen, I still think it's still going to be the gem that's in there, because it was something that, and this is my opinion, it was something that they took a risk of doing it in a new location, doing it with a new doctor, having a completely new story, and then whoever came up with the idea of running it up against Roseanne last episode.
Actually, Phil Collinson from the news show had some pretty nice things to say about it, and kind of expressed some things about role and of the TV movie and the whole thing. So we can. I think we're at a time thing. We can talk about it after if you want. But.
Yeah, we'll bring it over to the commercial break. When we return, we're going to talk more with Yee Jee Tso, the 25th anniversary of the TV movie. When we return, please continue to stay logged on, tuned in, and become part of the.
You have more options than ever before when choosing a film, a television, or internet series, a book to curl up with, or even a radio show or podcast. Get to know the people who are creating for you. The Hangin' With Web Show, hosted by award-winning author and journalist G.W. Pomacher, is the internet's fastest-growing web talk show series. The Hangin' With Web Show features professional, yet casual, in-depth interviews with creative arts and entertainment pros. Meet the people behind a digital revolution in creating more quality content than ever before in the history of media. Find the Hangin' With Web Show on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter, or simply go to www.hanginwithshow.com. That's www.hanginwithshow.com.
Author Cindy Kep is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Kep at CKOEPP.com today.
Oh, brilliant! It's hard to believe that in the 56-year history of the greatest sci-fi television show in the English language, there has never been a fan guide to Doctor Who. The official books might give you what they think you need to know, but only a guide written by a true fan will give you what you really want to know. Join Whovian, the brilliant Mackenzie Floor, as she takes you on an intensive journey inside the world of the first female Doctor. In the Binge Watcher's Guide to Doctor Who, Season 11. Right, let's get a shift on.
And that game is going to be launching soon. Don't forget to check out Doctor Who-WorldsApart.com. That's Doctor Who-WorldsApart.com. Get your virtual trading cards. There are a plethora of cards that are getting out there, but they're going fast. Some of them are limited numbers. Some of them, and the game's going to be starting soon, so definitely you want to make sure you get your virtual cards ready and check out Doctor Who-worldsapart.com. It's one of my favorite commercials that we got out here. Well, folks, for those of you just joining us, welcome to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. My name's Christian Basil. Everybody from Wizard World, the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, the Facebook page, on our Twitch channel, if you're watching that on there, and our YouTube channel. Wait. Refresh. Refresh.
Of course he's
Where
checking.
are we? Oh, we're still at 996. 4 people. 4 of you just need to sign up. Just 4. Just 4. Dan Hollifield says, I still rewatch the movie at least once a year. I do too, but I've been a Who fan since I think that's supposed to be in 1970. There we go. The 1970.
Who knows? What episode?
Yeah, especially it's a time
1970s.
travel show, so that's not too weird. Carl Witzman, I thought you were time traveling there, Dan.
Yep, there we go.
There we go. So, yeah, he probably was at the time out there. We want to welcome our special guest, Yee Jee Tso, who played Chang Lee in the TV movie. The last time we had you on there, Yee Jee, you had mentioned we were asking what you thought about where Chang Lee is right now. It's a year later since we've had your last interview. And I think if I remember correctly, he's kind of like a big business guy, kind of where Ace is right now. Do you still think he's a big business guy, or has that story changed out just a little bit? Where do you think he is now, 25 years later?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. At the time, I think there was some fan fiction brewing around what would happen to Chang Lee after the movie, and that was the direction that it was kind of going in. And I thought, okay, well, that seems kind of cool. I kind of I can't help but in some ways kind of see what Chang Lee is doing as related to like my own life. Obviously, like I just can't I can't kind of separate it necessarily. If somebody just asked me to like imagine, sorry, I got something in my, if somebody asked me to just kind of like imagine what might be happening. So, and I work in technology, right? Like I have another life, which I love doing. And that's on the technology side. Sorry, that's something like totally stuck.
No, it's all right.
No, that's okay. I understand.
We're like, get out.
Anyway, yeah.
Show another video.
Go to commercial. Go to a commercial.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
It's okay if you guys don't mind watching me tear up a little bit. Yeah, it's actually still doing that. That's okay. So, so because I love technology and I love working in technology, I can't help but feel like maybe he's doing something like that too, right? So
yeah.
There you go.
How do you think he would be handling the pandemic?
Well, he's a little bit more. I think he's a little bit more cool than I am. You know what I mean? So, I feel like he's well, it's just like you said, they were looking for somebody who had that almost aloof kind of quality that I don't care about stuff kind of quality. And they I guess that was what I was able to bring at that time, but I don't think I'm that person like now.
Yeah.
I'm like the eccentric guy who's stuck in his house and like he's like anxiety ridden. So yeah, I don't think he's that. I can't see him like that, to be honest. I think he's probably more chill than that.
I actually think he took that gold dust, managed to invest it, and he's bought his own island like Bill Gates. So during the pandemic, he's on his own island. Yee Jee, are you okay? You want us to take a commercial?
I'm gonna just go and grab like a tissue or something, which I don't.
No, that's fine. Go ahead.
Go commercial. Commercial.
We're going to go to commercial when we return. Hopefully everything will be resolved with Yee Jee when we return. Please continue to stay logged on, tuned in, and become part of the legend.
Now on Amazon.com, iCoin from author Jeremy Mosby. It's an alternate reality, and the leader of the planet iCoin is none other than Benjamin Franklin. When corrupt officials threaten not only iCoin but the Earth as well, an unlikely chosen one, Jeremy, must face dark foes to save the Earth and iCoin alike. Author Jeremy Mosby takes readers on a superhero's adventure through this compelling and imaginative alternate universe. Get iCoin on Amazon.com today.
Meet the Doctor.
I'm the Doctor.
But not the one you were expecting.
All right, sexy. It's time to go home.
Doctor Who Velocity. Streaming now.
This is Cosplay Michael with the Hanging With Love Show. I want to tell you about my friends at Embellis Effects in Orlando, Florida. They've got makeup, costumes, and props for all of your costume needs. And the team at Embellis Effects is helpful and friendly. Embellis Effects is one of my favorite places, and I know it will be yours too. I'll see you there. Or go to embelliseffects.com. And remember, cosplay is for everyone.
Experience Samara's adventure as she imagines the people around her change into friendly cartoon animals right before her eyes. Journey with her in this poetic tale, My Cartoon Imagination at School.
This is the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to us wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Also catch us on the HWWS Web TV YouTube channel. Subscribe today and become part of the legend. Have you subscribed yet? Have you subscribed to us yet? Have you subscribed to us yet? Subscribe. Hit the notification bell there. Definitely. We only got 4 more people to hit us up out there. Welcome back to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. My name is Christian Basil, and Dave has got something on his screen. We brought it up the last time, but I will definitely want Dave to show it again this time out there. Dave, explain to us what we are seeing there.
This is one of the few times that Chang Lee has been able to appear outside the movie, thanks to rights. But this is the Doctor Who role-playing game. At this point in its publication, it was Adventures in Time and Space. This is for the 50th anniversary. This set comes, all of the books come together and match up and become a big giant logo. I don't have all of them. But for the base system, that's the current edition. So you can be looking for that. And it's got all of the rules and stuff. But yeah, it's you can play as Chang Lee or the Doctor.
I will.
Or the Doctor. Or the Doctor. And so on and so forth.
It's so
or
cool.
Silurian, or, you know,
nice.
All of these are, and all my reviews on these are at therathole.ca/who.
And you're in a role-playing game. Did they make an action figure of Chang Lee?
There was a pewter figure, a very small pewter figure at some point.
So
when people were doing that kind of stuff, yeah. So there was one of those, yeah. And through your site there, got in touch with the publishers of that, and they were kind enough to send a copy over. So yeah, got a chance to actually take a look at that. My son was reading through it because he got into RPG a little while ago, and I think we're gonna spin up a game. We'll have to document the.
Oh yeah.
with Yee Jee as playing. No, that didn't come out right.
I know, right?
As Yee Jee playing Chang Lee in the role-playing game version of this.
Yeah.
Now, what are we? We have something for our folks out there. A book quote.
Maybe
it's coming. Okay. Melanie, you got to turn on your microphone. You're talking.
It's a video. It won't even work.
What do you need me? What?
No,
you can click the button too, Christian.
You need to click the button. Why am I clicking the button?
No. You were talking to your microphone and you didn't have any audio on it. But anyway,
welcome to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS.
Here's a quote from the book. Here we go, folks. Enjoy.
Definitely working on getting another edition out. For sure, by the time the 25th anniversary comes around, we'll definitely have it available.
Or maybe the 30th.
Or maybe the 30th.
Or maybe the 30th.
It's one of those. I mean, it's only 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
it'll have lots of time.
So I got to talk about the hair. I don't know why.
Chris is
no. When I first saw it, it's just like and the first
it's
thing
completely exploded.
Yeah, flammable.
It was an experiment. I thought no home cutting, no trimming, no nothing. I just want to see what happens when you literally do nothing with it for a year and a half, and this is what you get.
And that video shows you what used to look like a year and a half ago.
That's right. Yeah. There was a bit of a time. There was a time cut there.
There you go. Speaking of time cuts and working with Eric Roberts, which I still give you kudos for, I got to know more about that. There, we want to wish a happy birthday to a lot of people who just recently had birthdays on April the 18th. That includes Camille Kaduri, who played Jackie Tyler, of course, the man himself, the 10th Doctor, David Tennant, and Eric Roberts. They all had a birthday on April the 18th just recently. And even though he's not part of the WHOniverse, we still don't know why. And he's still around, so there's still hope. Tim Curry celebrates a birthday. He is 75 years old as of yesterday. And today, if you're watching this on April the 20th, which this show premiered, the lovely Leela, Louise Jameson, is now 70 years old. My goodness, as of today. And she still looks like it's like a fine wine. She will never age out there. Gosh, welcome back to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. For all of that, I think the commercials going off kilter have been throwing me off a little bit out there.
No kidding.
No, shush.
Sorry, I've been actively, if you've noticed, I've not been engaged, and I've been like looking around my screen because I found this.
There we go. Yeah.
Oh, the internet. Welcome to the internet and my Googling fingers.
Yeah.
I found a pewter figure of. The sad thing is the one image I could find. Your shoes are really in focus, but they didn't really focus the face really well. But there's the jacket. There's the.
Cool. I can't believe you
there's
found
a
one of
pewter
those.
figure.
I thought I had the only one on the planet.
It looks like you're walking on the moon there.
Yeah.
We have a question for Carl Witzman. He asks, there were a lot of special effects in the show. Is it difficult to act when you can't see what you're reacting to?
Yeah. I mean, well, so one of the things that's like, I think a big joy in working in film and TV or as a performer anyway, is that is the sets, right? Is the environment to me, this is a gift that the crew has put together for actors, because you really the environment that you're in really like sets the stage. I mean, a lot of our job, I guess, as an actor is to try to use our imagination to create that, like what's happening around us, right? The story, and having, a really detailed set and environment just makes all of that go so much better, in my opinion. And so, yeah, I mean, why did I go down that line of thought again?
I ask that every episode that I work on this show.
Yeah. Oh, the special effects, right? The thing about
working with practical and versus like green screen, blue screen, or at least that kind of stuff. I mean,
so the disadvantage of the stuff on green screen and the stuff that they're doing a lot more of these days is that you don't really get the benefit of having that there, right? Like there's more stuff the actors kind of like creating for themselves, and that's okay. That's our job. But I definitely prefer working with physical things and physical environment. So yeah, it's a little bit challenging. I think the time of the TV movie, there was this transition going from special effects being mostly a physical thing that's there versus stuff that they're going to do in post, like via CGI and everything, and they were experimenting with some of that, as you know, from the TV movie. And so we got kind of like I think we got a bit of both worlds there, and yeah, I think it was a neat time to be making movies.
Definitely. So before I ask this question, for Christian's brain, Melanie, could you just bring up that screen share?
What?
Yeah,
the one that I put up there, or Christian. There's the hair.
Oh yeah. Awesome. Right on.
Can we do a comparison? Can I put that side by side?
Yeah.
I think you side by side, but you can totally get a close GG there. But
Chang Lee's hair wasn't that different from
attack hair.
Also true, actually, yeah, it's true. Chang Lee's hair was not that different.
Yeah.
I'm trying to take that off the screen, and I can't because I don't have control.
No, that's
so. Anyway, as I was saying, speaking of physical things, you were kind of working on a board game.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
This was super
Tell
fun.
us a little bit. I want to hear all about this because, of course, this is my realm. So tell us a little bit about what that was and is and will be.
Cool. Yeah. So my son and I like to play strategy games. It's not like I'm a big war buff or anything like that, but it's just like the idea of laying out the board, like the globe on a board and kind of, the strategy aspect. I mean, we really enjoy it. We love chess, for example. So so Axis and Allies is one of the things that we really love to play. And one time he came up with an idea. And also we've been reading all of the Brandon Sanderson books. I don't know if there's any Brandon Sanderson fans out there. We're total Brandon Sanderson fanboys here and girls in the thing. And I still read books to the kids like every night, even though they allow me to do it, even though they're getting into teenage years now and so forth. But it's a tradition. We've been doing it for a long time. Anyway, we had just finished the Mistborn series and we were moving into Stormlight series. And he had this idea of having a Mistborn unit in Axis and Allies. And so we tried it out and, it could do certain things like it was, it rolls at 5, whereas all the other pieces roll at 4. Before every sort of staging of every battle, you could roll 3 dice and it was like emotional allomancy. I don't know if there's any Brandon Sanderson fans out here who know anything about Mistborn. Emotional allomancy is this thing where they can affect people on the other, they can affect people like emotionally, basically, right? So the idea of emotional allomancy in the Axis and Allies is you could force up to 3 units to retreat, to like not take part in the battle, basically, which can actually turn a battle in Axis. I don't know if you've played Axis and Allies a lot, but sometimes it comes down to just a few units, right? And if you're down those units, you could be really messed up. So anyway, so this was super fun. And these things, like, they move a little bit differently and they have special powers. And we thought, well, wouldn't it be awesome to have a strategy board game that was like Mistborn, right? Like, because we really got addicted to this idea of a character with special powers being able to affect what happens. But board games are like cool bow ties. They are. Yes. Yeah.
They love doctors.
And so the ability to like affect the board. So I work in technology and I love writing software. And so I kind of put together this framework in Python for calculating like game mechanics, simulating game mechanics, right? So basically there's like a class for every type of unit in there. We had the Mistborn and the Koloss and the Inquisitors. The Inquisitors are like all powerful. They've got like their stats are like through the roof, right? And then we've got like, we've got the Ska and the soldiers. Because all these units in there, it's like so much fun putting this together. And the kids were all involved. My daughter like drew this board. And we printed it out on multiple sheets and got that all laid out. We ordered, there's a place where you can order game board pieces online. And they just send you the pieces. We got like all these little wooden pieces. And so we assigned everybody some attributes, right? Like their attack and defense and all this kind of stuff. And I ran it through the simulation. I'd be like, okay, what would happen if you had this many Koloss fighting this many, soldiers, but they have a Mistborn with them, and what advantage does that give them? And you just run it through the simulation like hundreds of thousands of times or whatever, and see how things shake out. And you can really kind of tweak things so that your game mechanics are like, quote unquote balanced, but with still having some little surprises here and there. So we actually took that whole idea, that whole concept, tried to get a hold of the Brandon Sanderson people, and then they actually replied. They were like, "Hey, tell us some more." It turns out that they've got so many things in their universe that there just wasn't really room for another thing. But the fact that they were in contact with us about it was pretty cool, and the kids kind of had that experience of like making something and then taking it to wherever it could go, right? So super fun.
I can't wait for all of this pandemic to end. I'm coming to Vancouver.
Yeah,
we're gonna sit down and do this. I want to see this game in.
Totally should do that. We absolutely need to get together and do that and play. We called it Mist and Military, the Soldiers of Scadrial. Scadrial is like the name of the world that Mistborn was in. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know if there's any Brandon Sanderson geeks here or not, but that was that. Yeah.
Went over my head. But I love this.
Yeah.
Well, in an interesting segue, when I was looking for the idea of figures, when I just did that Google search to find that particular computer figures, I ran across somebody who is into, war games. So, I mean, they've been into Warhammer since the 90s. They've been doing all the type, that style. And they've made their own Doctor Who figures.
Oh.
Including, on the right-hand side, a Chang figure.
Get out!
Yep, so there you are as a companion to the 10th Doctor. Master's right behind you, but there's Jack, Donna, and River. But
so cool. Where are you finding these things? You're a very good Googler.
I'm really good at SEO. I'm really good at SEO. I know keywords.
Nice.
So yeah, I just looked at it like, wait. So as you're going, I'm like, oh, I'm falling down a rabbit hole. Hold on, I gotta upload a photo. So yeah,
that's awesome. I love those.
There's 40,000 from this person, Grail's Lair. At WordPress.com, they have over 40,000 armies, and well, there's one of your figures. There's Chang Lee, ready to fight.
Cool.
I will be going to check that out later.
Yeah.
I don't know. The 11th Doctor just asked me if I'm there. He wants to see if he's. First of all, 11th Doctor, if you're out there with your 12 buddies,
probably.
If you got your 12 other buddies, I'm 4 people short of a subscription to get over 1,000 on the YouTube channel. So 13 could really finish this off with everybody. So if you haven't had a chance, subscribe and hit the notification bell. We want to hit 1,000 before the show's over. Got 5 minutes of the audio show, and then we're going to go into the after party. But don't forget, youtube.com, The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Yeah, Yee Jee, I'm sorry. I'm using the show to promote my YouTube channel.
No, it's all good.
But we are getting close to it. And then, folks, if you we're coming up to the ending portion of the show. So if you have any further questions you want to bring up to Yee Jee, go ahead. Chat away either on the YouTube channel, on the Facebook page, on Twitch. By all means, hit it up out there. And I see a discount code.
What's the link to the book, Christian?
Yeah, it's coming up there. I'm working on it. There we go. Go to yeejeetso.com/book and use the coupon code HANGWITHSHOW25 for 25% off. You know what? I'm going to do one better. Hang on a second. Let me
good Lord.
do
technology on the fly.
No, shush.
Brace yourselves.
It's in the chat now. It's in the chat. So you can copy and paste wherever you are right now if you're watching on Twitch and everything of that nature.
I was very concerned for a second because I have the page up on another. I'm like, that's the different URL than I have. There's 2 URLs that go to that page. So,
oh yeah, it forwards over,
which is fine. Yeah. I was like, wait a minute, did we mess that up? No, we didn't. Okay, good.
No, we're doing fine. We're doing fine out there.
We'll be picking it up after the show.
Yeah, we got a question for Carl. From Carl, he asks if anyone has seen Yee Jee's website. Go see it. The clip from "They Wait" is a shocker. A great job of acting. I'm going to throw that in there. I'm also going to. You were in Snowpiercer, which I have yet to see. I'm trying to catch up on everything I need to see. But tell us about your experience on Snowpiercer. How was it?
That was a cool thing to be part of for sure. Yeah. And I mean, some of the cast on there were in shows from when I was a kid and so forth. And so it was really cool to get to work with those people. And again, it was one of those, it's actually not, I mean, I feel like I'm talking about sets like all the time, but not every show. Like I've done probably 70 some odd shows now, and not all of them. I could count on one hand the ones that really, and this is not like to detract from the other shows. Like not all shows really focus on this, but I can count on one hand the ones that feel really like they really put that extra bit of attention into the sets and the set decoration and the props and everything like that, right? And Snowpiercer is one of those, right? They wanted to really recreate this world that was originally a graphic novel. And so they really had to, pay attention to the atmosphere of the whole place. And I think they nailed it. Yeah. So I'm like you, Christian, I haven't had a chance to catch up on watching things, but and so I couldn't tell you too much about the plot or anything like that. But yeah, loads of fun to work on that show.
Yeah, but when I first started out, I was one of a few podcasters in the realm that I know. Now all my friends have decided to do podcasts, and I can't even keep up with their work. And I've noticed that I've stopped watching regular TV to watch my friends do podcasts, do their interviews, do their books and everything. And what's driving me nuts is that I can't even geek out anymore. I call it the family reunion that happens on a weekly basis. So if I need to catch up with somebody like Brian K. Morris, he does the Rising Tide publications. He does Nevermind the Furthermore. If I need to know what he's doing, I'm like schedule a time with one of his shows to see what's going on with him. So that's how I keep up with my family reunion out there on the internet. Yee Jee, we've come up to the end of the audio show. Did you have any last minute things you want to say to our audience before we go to the after party?
Well, I think I just I'm really appreciative that people come and want to learn about these things. I've been going on some of the VR platforms like Second Life and so forth, and they put together sort of virtual stuff on there, and the Wizard World, and I mean there's still love of this show, and I think it's amazing, and I'm grateful.
I'm watching Melanie smile. I don't know. It's just it looked like you wanted to say something, Melanie. I didn't get a chance.
No, I was smiling at what he was saying.
No, I think one thing that I appreciated, I actually got to meet Daphne Ashbrook. I actually got to be her tour guide of Orlando, especially over at the Kennedy Space Center for a short amount of time. And I was driving around. Literally, she was in my car, and she asked me, "Is there anything I can do for you?" And I said, "No, you guys did a lot for me with that TV movie. That is the bridge between the classic and what we call now the new Who. And without it, I totally appreciate this one episode. That's this gem in the rough that everybody kind of just, I don't want to say ignores, but it just feels like it's in the middle of nowhere. In fact, when I ask people, do you consider the Enemy Within new or classic Who, nobody could give a straight answer. Everybody kind of pushes in classic Who, but I consider it the bridge between the two. And not only that, but without it, I don't think we wouldn't have new Who today. So I think a lot of kudos are for you, Paul, Daphne, Eric, and everybody who was on that team. Jacob, as the diamond in the rough, it is the bridge that brings in the Who together. Otherwise, I don't think we would have this cohesive merger together. And I think a lot of ideas, and I think aspired into the new Who that came from this one little episode.
Absolutely. I think it's the pilot light that just kept the fire going.
Exactly.
It didn't keep from becoming extinguished.
That's really interesting that you said that. I mean, Daphne and I mean, bless him, Phil Collinson from the new show. We were at, I think it was the 50th or something in England, and we were just sat in some cafe or whatever, and he started talking about what he felt was the role of the TV movie and how for them they wouldn't. This is coming from the guy who, one of the guys who were making this thing, right? And I was blown away. He's like, we couldn't do a lot of the things that we were doing with the new show had there not been something in the middle to bridge it. Exactly what you said, Christian, like a bridge in the middle, some kind of thing to get from old to new. Because it would have been the change would have been too drastic, right? It would have been to go from classic to new. He said we would have been boxed in, but we had this thing to lean on that was like in between, that broke some rules, that kind of introduced the idea that Doctor Who could be very different from the classic series and still right. So, so thanks for that.
No, thank you, and thank you as always. Happy 25th anniversary, Chang Lee. For those of you still wanting to continue with us, we're going into the after party. For everybody in the audio, thanks for joining us. Check us up on our YouTube channel. Thank you, folks. Continue to stay safe. Get your shot. It hurts like a mofo now.
Move your arm.
What's that?
Move your arm.
Move my arm. Okay. Ow.
Ow. Move your arm. It'll keep it from getting too sore. Act like you're swimming.
Raise the roof.
Raise the roof.
Please Christian. Stay logged on. My arm hurts. I'm not raising a roof. You know what? I'm going to end this. Here we go. And for those of you still watching us, welcome to the after party. I think it's time that we did another package reveal of Worlds Apart. Melanie, did you want to take a turn? You want me to take a turn?
What? What?
Of our package reveal for the after party.
You mean open up a box set?
Yeah.
Literally, dude. What? I'm logged in. What?
Wait, Yee Jee, what are you laughing about? What are you laughing about?
I got a bit of a surprise for you guys. I have a box to open.
Oh, what? Okay.
I'm gonna share screen. I could share screen and show you guys. Do you want to do it right now?
Yeah, let me go ahead and take out this one thing that shoot.
You took him out.
Will you stop doing that, Christian?
I know. I didn't mean to do that.
Last week it was Mackenzie that he took out.
Hold on.
Did you
take him out, or did he just?
No, I accidentally kicked the video out, but it also kicked both of them out. So there we go. He's back. Sorry.
Yes.
I didn't realize if I took your video out, it took you out too. So I am so sorry.
No, it's all good. It was hilarious because you were right when that happened. You were saying, "Let me just take out this one click." And I could have sworn the next word was like a-hole or something. Like, let me just take out this a-hole.
Never. But go ahead and share your screen there. Let's see what you got. Let's see what Worlds Apart has brought you, sir.
What's happening here? So I got Chrome tab. Oh, wait, application window. Doctor Who Worlds Apart.
Chrome tab.
Yeah. Yep.
Dan, shut up.
we got this guy. Okay. Do we see this?
Let me go ahead and take the Worlds that out. There we go.
Is that working?
Yeah, it's working.
Okay, cool.
You may not be able to see us, but we can tell. You can we can see what's going on.
We can see your whole tab there, yeah.
Yeah, we can see your whole screen. Loading screen.
Yeah.
He's got 4 packs.
What?
We're gonna
up there.
How'd you get 4?
He's a bigger name than we are, Christian. He's a bigger name than we are.
I wouldn't say that. It's a Chang Lee thing.
Maybe Fat Viking showed him some. Maybe Fat Viking showed him some love too. We don't know this.
Carl, shush.
I know, right?
I can kick people out of this studio.
I think I'm gonna have to go ahead.
I've only been kicked out once.
Wow. Okay.
I know.
Does the sound actually come through? Can you guys hear it? No, maybe not.
Not through the stream.
When you first open it, you have to click a little button for it to happen, but you don't need to because we all know the rules.
Yeah. So for those of you who are not familiar with the Worlds Apart, you can check it out on the website at doctorwho-worldsapart.com. This is going to be a playing game that's going to be premiering sometime this year. These are virtual cards that actually also are blockchain. So they
have
actually
NFTs attached to them.
So they have value. They actually have a little bit of value there. But without further ado, it looks like Yee Jee has his own pack. So Yee Jee, take it away. Just go ahead and start throwing cards. Let's see what you're going to be playing with in your pack. Here we go. Oh, what is this?
9 Zygons.
If I see a Chang Lee in there, I'm going to be pissed.
Ooh.
Cyber Warrior. And Psychic Colin. Hey, can you read it, Yee Jee? Can you read us to us?
Yeah.
No, that's Psychic Pollen there.
Psychic Pollen. It says prevent the next card each player would draw.
Oh,
jeez.
Mean.
Is that a good one?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
It's basically a card that says F you.
I'm gonna have to learn this game and get check it out. Okay, so place a mechanical creature on this, cleanse it, and restore its health. At the start of your turn, resummon all creatures. That sounds like a good card.
Yeah, and since the on the top right, it's a 10. That's a card that you'd be playing like more later in the game. So if you're thinking you're about to lose, the tables just got turned.
Lay it down. Okay, cool. All right, this one. Healing nanogenes. Give a creature at the start of your turn. Cleanse this creature and restore its health. All right, that's pretty good. Very good. Another one here. Cyber Warrior. Well, why is this one blue?
Cyber Warriors.
You guys know why this one's blue?
What was it? Let's see.
It's a different frame.
It's just it's a different because it's a Centauran frame and the other frame is Zygon.
I think there's 2 Cyber Warriors because of that Big Finish audio I did with the Cyberman. That's probably why.
Oh,
that's what it is.
And real time as well.
Plug, Big Finish plug. So this one, Mayor Me, it says, can't be reduced below 1 health unless the damage is equal to twice her current health. That's pretty good.
Okay.
It's a good character. Or a companion card.
Yep, okay. Next one here. Red Death. Destroy an organic creature. If on Earth, destroy all organic creatures. Boom! That sounds...
You know, I don't like
I'm
what
not
the
playing
fact,
against you.
Yeah,
I don't like what the fact
She can play
Viking
against
has done.
you.
No.
Yes.
We'll send Nisha. We'll put Nisha
Pyrovile.
against him.
Yeah, Nisha and her legendaries.
Yeah, all 7 of them.
So each one of these packs, so when you go into a game, you bring your pack with you, and then you're like, you could like win or lose cards from other players, is that right?
Sort of, yeah. It's going to be, they're bringing out the deck builder here any time now. I think they just pushed it back a week to add a few extra features in. But you'll basically build your deck online. You can get a bunch of cards for free, and then these packs would supplement it. You build your deck just like you would in Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, pick your collectible card game. And and it's a pretty straightforward, collectible card game from there. So if you played any other of those games, it'll come fairly naturally to you.
Okay.
And each card that you're opening right now, you are going to get an email from Doctor Who Worlds Apart with basically the serial number and everything about this card. So because you own this card.
Wow.
So that if you want to sell these cards, you can go to the marketplace and do so.
And
so those cards are yours.
And I'm thinking, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, if when you play these cards, they actually also change the value. Am I mistaken on that?
All the metrics that you're going to have when you play these cards are going to be kept. So when you have a card, let's say that you've played it for 100 games, it's 199. It's beat how many? All of those data, all of that data is going to be saved to that card. So when you go to it, you have that as well. So then, if you want to sell that card and go, oh well, I played this card 1963 times. You can kind of inflate your own kind of value to it. So
cool.
Those 2 Cyber Warriors suddenly become different cards.
Yes.
Right.
And they can actually level up.
Oh wow!
Eventually.
Cool.
Thanks, Graham. I see.
Yes,
Me
I
too.
agree.
Me too. 11th Doctor. I still think she cheated to get those legendaries with a sonic screwdriver.
Nisha
We
had
our friend Nisha Yee Jee had I think one of her decks was 7 legendaries.
Oh, she has an insane amount of legendaries.
It was just like, what the heck? She was just pulling legendaries like the highest.
They're super rare.
Yeah, she's got the touch.
What's the number on the legendary? Like 20 or 50?
That's your cost. That's how much energy you would spend to bring those cards in. That little symbol dead center of the cards indicates the rarity. And if you get like an actual diamond-looking diamond, then that's the legendary. That's the rarest you can get.
Cool. Okay. Nice.
Let's see here.
Okay,
I'm hoping for Chang Lee to show up. Time Distortion.
That logo, little diamond at the center of the thing.
That would be the one of legendary is. And he opens one. I'm done. This man. Nope.
Counter a creature or erase an object or phenomenon or duplicate the effect of the next moment, flash, or active ability. Wow. That's a TARDIS.
Or
That's
I'm
a
not
TARDIS
playing
thing.
against you.
Yep.
You and Nisha, I don't know what the Fat Viking's doing with you guys. You thought you had some good cards, Christian. Here goes Yee Jee. Here goes Nisha. And there goes somebody else.
That's a good
Make it hurt.
So this one is, whenever your opponent plays an organic creature, take control of it, unless this is already attached to another creature.
Oh, okay.
So, if you look up quickly at the Cyber Warriors there, you'll see they've got 2 up in the under where it says Cyber Warrior, 2 little dots.
Yeah.
And if you look down at Mare Me, she's got one of the same dots.
Okay.
So that's the symbol Mare Me. So you'll see that's an organic creature.
Okay.
It would be anything with that specific logo. There's also an electronic one, which is the other one on there, and then elemental. Those are the 3 creature types.
Right, like this one would be an elemental, the Pyroville file. Yeah, cool. Okay, got it.
You still have another couple packs to open. This is driving me insane.
This is a lot of fun.
Apparently, he has a sonic screwdriver.
Do the one below it because that one's. I think that one's the generic one. I think.
Yeah.
think everybody gets that one. Blank. Time Lord.
El Presidentes.
The animation on this thing is really cool. Actually, they've done a great job.
Phenomenal.
Chameleon Field. Okay. Give an object or phenomenon perception filter. I don't exactly know what that is yet.
I don't know, but it sounds like I quit.
Sounds like
Amy!
There's Amy!
There you go.
Somebody finally got an Amy, I think. I don't think any of us got an Amy.
Is this not common to get an Amy?
Not anybody that we've opened
None of us
yet.
have an Amy pond.
Oh, cool.
So,
when played, if Rory Williams is in the past, summon the Lone Centurion.
Oh, she calls him back. Okay, that's cool.
Nice. Nice. Okay, Healing Bandage. Cleanse a creature and heal it by 3. That's useful. It's one of those things you want to just have around, I think.
Yeah.
Whoa. This looks good.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, this looks good.
You got another legendary, y'all.
Yep, legendary
You got
Davros.
You got
At the end of your turn,
legendary
summon a
Davros.
bronze Dalek. Yeah, that's cool. Yep, that's really cool. And I'm pretty sure, like Davros.
Yeah, I love
sorry,
that.
remind me. You have to remind me. Terry
Nation. If you're referring to the creator.
Right.
Or Terry Malloy.
Yes, Terry Malloy.
Terry Malloy,
Yeah,
sorry.
Terry Malloy.
Have seen him. We've hung out a little bit at convention, so I'll just have to show him the card next. I can't play the card. I can't lose the card. I have to keep it and show him the next time there's a convention. Like, hey Terry, I've got your card.
It's like I own you.
Yeah. Silurian Astronomer. Okay, reveal the top 2 cards of each player's future. That's not bad.
Oh, that's kind of nice to know.
Okay.
Osgood.
Petronella Osgood. Gather intel. Enable a doctor. I think that could come in handy.
Yeah.
Geronimo! Give a creature alacrity. I love the language they use. Disable a human. Yeah. Pyro. These guys are, they seem to be.
You got volcanic creatures.
Ooh,
what's this one? When played, attach this to a creature. That creature takes 1 damage at the start of each turn. If that kills it, Vashta Neroda jumps to the creature to the left of the initial target. Whoa.
Oh.
I don't think any of us got into Vashta Neroda, have we?
No. Nope. I haven't seen one yet.
So that's a first for all of us.
Yeah,
Is it
that
gonna be
seems like
legendary?
It seems like it's a sticky, like it stays around, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give a friendly creature flight until the end of your turn. That is also useful.
Oh my God. I quit. I'm not
This
invited.
is a good.
to
This
YouTube.
is really fun unboxing this one. Should we try one more?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
11th Doctor, well, I have to go now. There seems to be some pudding to enjoy and some fish sticks. So Geronimo, okay, he's got his own card too. Geronimo.
And this is going to be the new. None of us have opened. Well, you guys might. This is the first time we've opened any of these on the air.
Yeah.
The news drop set.
These are completely new.
This is exciting. All right, so which one? I'm gonna just
pick one, my friend.
Just have everybody like,
we got it. Prisoner Zero. Oh my God.
Perception filter. After 3 turns, gain 80. I want to say gain a number that's too small for me to read. Copy a creature and incapacitate it for as long as Prisoner Zero stays alive. Prisoner Zero reverts back to its normal state when the new form is destroyed.
Good.
I don't understand that one, unfortunately. But
it just means you and Nisha are going to be playing from now.
okay, good. That's like a
the cryo chamber. I remember that.
Yeah, preserve a friendly creature on this. Resummon a preserved creature. That sounds like it could be handy. All right, I'm gonna go up here.
Keep somebody from dying.
Yeah.
Ice Warrior doesn't become active at the start of your turn. The first time another friendly Ice Warrior takes damage each turn, this becomes active. All right. Ooh.
Insane Dalek.
Exterminate random non-Dalek.
Right.
Insane in the
I wonder how you get to tell which one's random. Do you get to choose? I wonder if
it's online. Random's easy. It's online.
Okay.
They just randomize it.
Whoop.
Ood brain.
Ooh, can't attack or block.
Tasty.
At the end of your turn, your opponent puts a card from their nearest future into the past for each Ood you control.
I want an army of Ood, and I need that card.
Oh, this looks like it could be good.
What?
Toxic fumigation.
Okay,
Give
well,
all creatures lethargic, bleeding, and crippling poison. Wow, that sounds...
Okay, that's not going to help my army of Ood. That would hold them off. Maybe an army of Daleks. Maybe?
Oh, but if you control a cryo chamber, your creatures are immune to this.
Oh,
So-
the one that you just incidentally have as well.
One of these right down here, yeah.
Yeah.
Mort,
Right.
what are you doing to us? What are you doing to us, Mort? I'm serious. You're killing us, Mort.
This is a great set. Thank you, by the way.
Jabe. Jabe.
Immune,
Jabe.
Immune to sonic effects and abilities. Man, I'm really liking this. I'm gonna have to get full on into this game because
it's a great episode so far.
Another Amy Pond. When played, if Rory Williams is in the past.
Yeah,
cool.
It's the same one. Yeah.
Well, we could do. I mean, there's some trading. We could do some trading, right?
Did you get the Brigadier?
When
That's the
played,
Brigadier.
deal 2 damage to all non-humans. Wow.
This is so unfair. Oh, come on.
Alacrity. K9.
Not fair.
Well, there could be trading in our future. I mean, it looks like there was a couple of duplicates of
Apparently.
things, so you'd trade them, right? You'd do some trading.
You can definitely trade.
We're tough.
I know they've opened up the marketplace for sales, but I'm not sure if they've set up the trading aspect just yet.
Right. At some
I think
point,
that's still coming.
At some point, there will be trading.
No, you can chuck it in there, but I think this is the generic.
No, this is
this the starter kit, right?
Yeah, but it's
you can
generic,
bring
but
that
it's going to be different cards. It's not like that one where you have, specifically certain final things.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. This looks like there's something going on here.
Yeah. Psych patient.
Okay, this is okay.
When played, search your future for a Silurian. Add it to your TARDIS.
Oh,
all right.
Okay.
That's all right. At the start of your turn, heal
Friday.
all friendly ice warriors by 1.
Richard Ashton wants that card. I know that for a fact. Richard Ashton wants that card.
He can come talk and we can talk trading. You can point him over here. We'll trade. We'll trade for something.
Exactly.
But it's going to be expensive. No, just kidding. Maya repair kit. Resurrect a creature from the past and give it when this creature dies. Put it into your future. Huh. Okay. Well, it seems like it's a pretty good card.
Yeah.
Could be handy. Silent Passenger. While this is present, both players can maximum control 5 creatures instead of 10. Oh. Huh.
Wait,
okay.
What?
You can only have basically you can have half as many creatures in play as you would have without that thing in there.
Right. Kind of like downgrade.
There's a maximum.
Right.
Gotcha.
This is a mind control thing. Take control of an enemy creature until the start of your turn. Nice. All right. That is pretty cool.
Yeah, he's ready to play. He's got good cards.
Can you just go and see them all? I'm going to go and just see them all. Here, collection, right?
God.
Yep. Go to collection. And then you can filter on the top what's owned. And you can, if you want to see what's not owned, you can actually click there too on the left. So if you want to see everything that you want to start chasing, and like if you want to go the completionist route, you can go, okay, I need this.
Oh, yeah. There. Look at all this. Yeah. Okay.
Good night.
Oh, wow. There's 12 pages of these things. All right. Well,
and you can go by rarity.
I got a good start, but there's a long ways to go. There was the War Doctor there.
Yes. Yep. Yeah.
That's cool.
And I did, and if I did make the announcement earlier, I did talk to Mort. They are in the next round. I believe Chang Lee and Dr. Grace Holloway will be making their card appearance. Yep. And I swear to God, if I see in the marketplace, I'm going to go bankrupt because I'm going to go after Chang just to go. I got it, Yee Jee. I got you right here. You ain't going anywhere. You're mine.
That's awesome.
So definitely.
Well, and they're doing a bunch of big finish cards too. So I wonder if Yee Jee might show up more than just as Chang.
Oh yeah, there's that whole series of big finish stuff. The
Excelsius, the Excelsior.
There's that, and then there's the other one. there was Excelis Decays, and then there was the other one with Colin, I think with the Cybermen. I can't remember the name of it. But then we did that series. Daphne was on it, and I don't know, there was a bunch of us. It was
no. I think I know which one, but it wasn't Big Finish, right? It was.
No, it was a Big Finish.
Oh,
yeah,
it was?
Big Finish. Yeah, it was. It's
the.
Okay, I have the Big Finish here somewhere. Let me just try to find.
Because I know Real Time. That was Colin. That was you, Colin, and Maggie Stables, which the actress name eludes me now. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but they made a
that was
series.
A good story.
They made a series out of it. It was Big Finish Doctor Who Autos. Okay, so let me just go through. So there was Excelis Decays, Real Time, Tales from the Vault. That was the name. It was Tales from the Vault.
Yeah.
And so that was a few. There was like Mastermind, right, and the Screaming Skull, and it was all part of like the Worlds of Doctor Who thing. Like there was this like recurring thing happening with Daphne's character Ruth Matheson, and then I was playing this guy Warrant Officer Charlie Sato. Anyway, so yeah, there was that maybe if they're doing Big Finish stuff, those guys will show up in there. That would be really cool.
Yeah.
BG, I hate you.
I put it up there. I put it up there just to make you guys feel nice, right? I just left that as the end of the. Just put that up. Just filter on legendary.
Leave that there.
We're gonna play for games out there, and just like, dang, Nisha just like getting 7 legendary out of 10, and like, Mort, what the heck, dude?
I'm gonna have to learn.
That's
I'm gonna have
luck.
to learn the game.
Yeah.
Where do you go to learn?
We'll be playing it on the air.
Yeah, we will.
Some way, somehow.
The video right there that you'll be showing. But let me just recap, because I know we're coming to the end of the episode. Okay. Just while you're pulling that up over there, our friends over at the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, we want to thank our friends over at Wizard World. So please, facebook.com, Wizard World. Please check them out and become a member over there by subscribing. Check out their merchandise at wizardworldvault.com. wizardworldvault.com, and don't forget Yee Jee Tso.com/book, and you can use our coupon code HANGWShow25 for 25% off your merchandise. And for those of you listening who Yee Jee is spelled YEEJEETSO.com/book. And we want to thank Yee Jee for that. And I'm going to be checking there, and I'm going to be buying more packs. And I'm going to go broke after this day. Thanks to our friends. No, you don't. Okay. So, Yee Jee, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to be spending for episodes coming up over here. We're going to be talking about the 25th anniversary. You're always welcome to come back. Everybody, please stay safe out there. Don't forget also Doctor Who speakers. There's I don't know how to say it there. Oh, hi, Melanie's kidding. I see.
Rutherford just decided to be like, I'm going to be on this big printer. So,
and clean himself.
Yeah.
And don't forget our friends who are just joining us on the in our families of sponsors. The speakers, Bad Wolf speakers. Sorry, get yourself one out there, and don't forget. Have we made it? Let's just see if we made it. I just want to see. Oh God, just 4 of you, just 4 more of you. Just subscribe to the YouTube channel. Yee Jee, thank you so much. We're going to go ahead and end the show. Please stay safe. Anybody have any last words before I end the show? No. Got it. Again, please stay safe. Don't forget.
Move your arms. Pick that jab.
You're killing me. This whole thing. Bye.